please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. So here is MULN, Mullen Automotive. This finishes at $1.77 today. That is up 31.11%. So once again, we're going to talk about MULN. This was by far number one on StockTwits today. Had about 12,000 mentions. We've been discussing the stock for the past 2 weeks. And today we get some major price action. Still a lot of social media sentiment, so once again we're going to analyze it. So we did have some news on the stock today. Let's check it out. Okay, so the news was that Mullen was featured on Car Buzz, specifically the 5 EV crossover, and production plans and market strategy was discussed. So I'm not really sure what Car Buzz is, but I'm assuming that's a publication discussing upcoming cool cars. So they got featured on that. Very bullish news. So that news, along with the general social media sentiment, was probably why the stock is going up so much today. So this squeezed up, and then it looked like the squeeze is over. Was losing momentum pretty fast. And then the past 2 trading sessions getting some major price action, major volume. So looks like the squeeze is not over just yet, or the squeeze is back on. So let's go ahead and analyze here. So first of all, we have a gap down at 1190. So that is a bullish indicator. That is telling us that the stock should come back up to 1190 at some point. May take a while, but eventually it should. And then we have another gap down at 465. So another bullish indicator that is telling us that the stock should come back up to 465 at some point to fill this gap. So last week, I mentioned that this was a descending wedge, which was a bullish indicator. It looked like it was going to break out pretty soon. And today we do have a breakout. And then this does look like a huge cup and handle in the making, bottom of the cup being 52 cents, and there could be multiple possible tops. So one possible top is 190, which did get filled today. So if the top is 190, then that'd be a bearish indicator. But if it's above 190, then it's a bullish indicator. So the cup and handle could be bullish or bearish right now, depending on where the top is. It could be 360, 585, 740, 815, $9, 1050. 1165, or even the high of 1590, although I do think the most realistic top would be 190 or 360. And then we do have a double gap up, one back at 62 cents, so that's a bearish indicator that is telling us that the stock may pull back down to 62 cents to fill this gap. Looks pretty unlikely at this point, but possible, so keep that in mind, guys. And then today we have another gap up at 150, so another bearish indicator there that is telling us that the stock may pull back down to 150 to fill this gap. And I do think that one is a lot more realistic. That's very possible. And if you guys want to follow along, the link to the chart is in the description down below. So right now this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 189 and 170. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 189, 223, 257, 272, 291, 322, 341, 360, 379, 398, and then 409. There is resistance above 409, but we're not going to discuss that right now. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 170, 136, 113, 98 cents, 75 cents, 60 cents, and then the low of 52 cents. 52 cents is the all-time low, so no support below that. So right now at this current price, 177, the channels to the upside and the downside are pretty wide. So expect significant price action either way this goes. However, if/when this breaks 322 to the upside, the channel starts to narrow. So expect a significant decrease in price action if/when this breaks 322. And to the downside, if/when this breaks 136, the channel starts to narrow. So expect a significant decrease in price action if/when this breaks 136. RSI is currently at 53, so pretty average there. A little bit above average. So according to the RSI, this current price of 177 is around fair market value. Maybe should be a little bit less. And this did 526 million in volume today. Very significant volume. Second biggest volume day of the year after this initially squeezed. So this pump/squeeze today was confirmed by the volume. So just my opinion, guys, not financial advice. This was undervalued the past 2 weeks. So after today, it does appear like the stock is trading around where it's supposed to be trading at. 177 does appear to be around fair market value at this point. So longer term, this definitely looks like a good buy. Again, huge cup and handle, double gap down, a lot of bullish indicators. This should come back up to 1190 eventually to fill the gap, and that would be about a 1000% upside. So great stock to buy in and diamond hands, but in the short term, this may have a little bit more run in it, a little more upside, but I do think this will have to start pulling back pretty soon. You know, from 75 up to $2 in a couple days here. Insane price action. This can't keep up forever. And today had some major volume. I don't expect the volume to be this high in the next coming days. So I do expect the momentum to cool off and the stock to pull back a little bit. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, 177 is a pretty decent price, especially if you're gonna hold for the long term. That's still a relative low, but I'm pretty concerned about this gap up here today at 150. Pretty scary stuff. I do believe this will pull back down to 150 to fill the gap in the short term. So I would just hold off for now. I would set the buy orders to 150 where the gap is, and if you're a little patient, you should be able to get this back at 150 and lower. And if it pulls back below 150, then you can just average down at the supports that I mentioned before. Now, if you want to go short now, financial advice, I would not do that, and I would not recommend that just yet. Again, I do think this will pull back down to 150, but right now that's a little bit too risky for my liking, because like I said, this may have a little bit more upside potential, and from the current price 177 down to 150, that's only a 15% downside, so that's not even that much money to be made going short here. So you'd be shorting for not that much money and exposing yourself to a decent amount of upside risk. So at the moment, I don't think going short here is the greatest idea. If this does continue to run to the upside a little bit more and you get a better entry, then I would support going short. But at the moment, at 177, I just think it's too risky. So I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. Although I do think this will pull back down to 150. Just not really worth it at this point. So yeah, pretty straightforward here, guys. Long term, looks like a good buy. 177, still a pretty good entry, but I do think if you hold off, you can get a little bit better at 150 and lower. This has been squeezing. Looks like it's due for a pullback pretty shortly here. And I don't think going short is the greatest idea here. There is money to be made, but too risky at the moment, in my opinion. So congratulations to everyone who made money in the stock today. And good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is MULN, Mullen Automotive. Thanks everyone for watching today. I appreciate you guys. Please like the video. Please subscribe. And catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. You apes already know. Diamond hands to the moon. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.